In dealing with debt, the end of the year tends to be the best time to buy a car or truck. Well, who better to talk to about shopping and avoiding big debt than Jessica Caldwell, the Executive Director of Insights at Edmunds. Thanks so much for being here. And the supply chain shortage is the big issue of the moment. It is driving up car prices. What's the latest?
The car shortage is still going on, unfortunately. Things definitely do look tight. We have seen really strong consumer demand through the summer. The issue is really just the supply. There's just not enough vehicles for all the Americans out there that want to buy a new car and get back on the road again. Things do look like they're getting slightly better. So we are hoping that we are past the worst of it, barring any COVID shutdowns in any of the factories or any other, further logistic issues, because that's another issue with some of the transportation. So hopefully things will get better by the end of the year and we'll get better into 2022. Unfortunately, the inventory is so low that it's just not something that could be easily solved within a few months. It's going to take quite a long time to get inventory back to, where it normally is. It's going to take some time because we're still dealing with just really high demand post-pandemic or not really post-pandemic, but, after the worst of it hopefully is over and people they really just want to go out there and buy cars. Demand is really high.
How quickly are new cars being sold?
New cars are being sold really quickly. A lot of people are actually ordering ahead. So they're saying, these are the vehicles that are coming in. I'll order something that'll come in a few months, 2 months, 4 months. I've heard as long as 7, 9 months. So that's not unusual. The cars that are coming into dealerships, a lot of them have already been sold. So if you see something that you like out there, you really have to act fast, even if it's used. Those cars are extremely fast. The whole market is just moving very quickly. So I think for anyone that's shopping for a vehicle, they just have to be able to really just make a decision quickly. And prices are quite high. I mean, pretty much the prices that people are paying out there are at parity with MSRP. So if you ever bought a car before, you know that discounting is a big part of the auto industry, and that's just not happening because inventory is probably about 20% of where it normally is this time of year, and there just is an overwhelming amount of demand. So prices, I would say, are probably a lot higher than if you've been in the car market before. You're paying at MSRP or even a little bit more.
Tell us a few tips to keep in mind if people do need to purchase a car by the end of the year.
I think the best tips are be flexible, look at different options, different colors, even different vehicle types, different brands, just seeing everything that's out there that could possibly work for you. I know that probably isn't comfortable for a lot of people, but I think that's really the reality of the situation. Look at dealerships that are in a larger area, maybe put your search from 10 miles to 25 to 50 miles if you're willing to drive a bit further to get the vehicle that you want. Look at leasing if that's available. A lot of times that may not be the case at this point in time, but if that's available, look at that. Any low interest finance programs, we know that interest rates are cheap right now, so look and see what is available there. And I think, but really it is flexibility and being able to move quickly. And I think the big piece of advice I have too is see how much your trade-in is. Go to edmunds.com/appraisal and look at your car that you would like to trade in. Chances are you're going to be surprised by how much it's worth because dealerships, they need that used inventory. They know people want to buy vehicles and a way to get them is from other people. So if you want to sell your car, you're definitely in a good position. So I would recommend going there and seeing, how much your vehicle is worth. And hopefully that will kind of help mitigate some of those high costs that you're going to incur when you're buying a car.
Great information. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Go to businessfirstam.com for where to see our show on TV.